Soy el comandante Fidel. No me jodas. Nunca. Escúchame. It's your boy Bobby G. Hey, back in Guitkits episode 1, I kind of gave you a little bit of peek into my, obsession over these cheesy Japanese guitars from the mid 60s. Not just any, Japanese guitars from the mid 60s, because there's a lot of collectible ones that are expensive with rare colors and weird shapes and things like that. I was more interested in getting the common man's, the beat up model. Now you can get a lot of these guitars mint condition off of online for $200-$300. You know what I mean? You can also get a beat up version for $100. You know what I mean? Spend another $100 fixing up. That's what I do. It's my hobby. So I decided to get a 1 and 2 pickup model of the entry level guitars made by the big 3 Japanese manufacturers. We already talked about Guitkit. We all know Tiesco. I could go on for 3 months about Tiesco. But number 3, which was actually the biggest of them all, Kawai, man. Kawai, man. Still around. It's a big piano manufacturer. It started in the 20s, and they want a little taste of those guitars. Come mid 60s, we need to taste. We need to taste. I don't know why I didn't do the Oriental thing that very well. I'm sorry, man. I'm starting to get a little bad at my accents, man. You know what I mean? Quarantine's affecting my mind. So, basically, you know what I'm saying? This company, Kawai, learned how to make guitars. Actually, I think hired Tiesco as consultants to show them, hey, how do you make guitars? You know what I mean? I think they're just trying to steal their secrets. Probably. Yeah, I ended up by the end of the 60s buying out Tiesco. But I want to talk about another company called Telstar, man. Telstar was an American company, was a distributor, kind of like Kent. We talked about that before. Set up by this crazy guy named Maurice Labaz. He wasn't crazy. He was actually a very, very smart guy. He was a Moroccan, Colombian, you know what I mean, entrepreneur, millionaire. He kind of like Gary Kramer made his big money in real estate, you know what I mean, all said and done. The only big newsworthy thing you find on the internet about him is when he died, he left real weird conditions in his will, so how his daughters could inherit the money. They had to live clean, you know what I mean, get prenups, all kinds of weird stuff. Anyway, man, dude was a millionaire, and he wanted to get in the guitars himself, man. So he went to the famous 65 NAMM show, man. NAMM show, whatever, man. The guitar show, man. Where all the big 3 Japanese makers were there with all the little samples now. 65, man, was a seller's market, man. It was a seller's market. And the sellers, you know what I mean, say, you pay me whatever I want. You pay price I want. And they did. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? The big ones, Guitkit and Tiesco, had big lines around them, and they already know. But this little guy in the corner, little Kawhi, he looked like a fool. My man Maurice Labazzi went up. He's like, my name's Maurice, man. I want to make some guitars, brother. And they did, man. So Tele-Star was this company, distributed, started around 65. And around 66, all the Kawai started, flowing into the country. And I'll show you my little history thing. I always do, man. So you can see little pictures and all that kind of stuff. So what I have right here is probably, mid 60s. Telstar, we're going to do 2 episodes here. We're going to do a 1 pickup and a 2 pickup Kawai. You know what I mean? Entry level, American guitars. From the 60s, the American distributor guitars. I want to be real specific. Now, this particular Kawai that I got, this Telstar, this is their 200. The Telstar 200, that's just a 1 pickup. You know what I mean? No tremolo. You know what I mean? Bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? Low end. When I got it off eBay, you know what I mean? I actually got it in parts. I didn't pay more $100. It's right here on the slab. See it? Oh, oops, where there, Jazzy? See it back there, man. Oh, back there, man. It's all in parts, man. I never even put it together yet, man. You know what I mean? The guy told me that I bought it off. He says there's something weird with the electronics. You know what I mean? The tone knob's not working, and the volume knob's working as a tone knob. He's like, so it's probably a short. I've had that before, so we'll figure that out. And we'll take a look at it. I mean, other than that, you know what I mean? There's a couple of things I'll show. Here, I'll flip you around. We'll take a look at it together. So there it is, people. Not bad shape, you know what I'm saying? A little bit chrome missing off this pickup. Other than that, it looks like it, you know what I mean? Didn't get too much beaten. The frets look like, you know what I mean? Still got some life to them. Nice little truss rod in there. Kind of looks like that Guitkit Kent Polaris 1. Here, let me mock it up real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See that? Very similar. You know what I mean? Basic idea. It's got a bridge. It's got a pickup. got 2 knobs, jack, some white tuning buttons. You know what I mean? The little Japanese bar going across the, the retainer bar. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Very similar deal. The big difference is, though, this is a scale of 25 inches, this guy. And this is only like 23.6, 600 millimeter scale. So it's a little, it's about the same as the 1448. So it's for like little fingers. Little fingers. Thank you, Guitkit. I'll be seeing you. So here it is, man. Let's start, diagnosing this guy and getting him playing again. And we can see that there's like been tape from the 80s put on the headstock, which I'm kind of dreading taking that off because that usually takes paint with it. Actually have a replacement of these on hand, so you know what I mean. We'll take a look at everything. This is a good model. It's got the truss rod. You know what I mean. We'll get this guy playing real good. Let's learn a little bit about this a little bit further, people. Let's see a couple pictures. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this tail, man. The first Tele-Stars were not made by Kawai, man. He set up the company before the 65 nom show, so he had to actually kiss a couple frogs before he found the right prince. And the big company, the Japanese company he imported from at the time was Tiesco. And the first run of Tele-Stars, he ordered a small amount of Tiesco guitars. You can always tell a Tiesco and Kawai, because Kawai stole the idea from Tiesco, by where they put the strap button. It's always facing down. All the other, like Guitkit and the other Japanese manufacturers, always had a point out like Fender. Let me zoom in a little bit on that, man. I want you to just be able to make note. To make note and to take note. See right there? The strap button's pointing down, man. So this is the first Tele-Star guitar that was made. You know what I mean? It was made by Tiesco. The headstock looks like this. It's got like an oval sort of plate on it. You know what I'm saying? So you can identify them, you know what I mean, by that plate. And by those pickups, you know what I mean, by those Tiesco style the metal pickups there. And the knobs and everything, man. And the aluminum pick guard, man. It's got the whole deal, man. That's like a late 64-ish guitar right there that was built, you know what I mean, sent to my man, Maurice Labaz. So let's move on to what we're talking about here. This is the first run of the Kawai, you know what I mean, 300 series. This is the Kawai 300, and it's got the original Kawai pickup in there. This pickup was their first pickup, and it's kind of like a foil pickup. These pickups are kind of expensive, you know what I mean? If you get them, these are the early ones. They look like that, people. You know what I'm saying? And you can see, you know what I mean, that it looks like an intricate pickup to build. You know what I'm saying? But my man, Labaz, he sent them a huge order, man. You know, I mean, building these pickups took about as much same time as building a whole damn guitar. So they had the custom corners, man. They had to bring in some talent, man. You know what I'm saying? They had to do some things. So, in 1965, late 65, they reached out to a company called Shinko Gaki. You know, it was another competitor of theirs, actually. But they needed some leadership, man. They had some huge orders from that 65 nom show. And they couldn't complete them all. So they reached out to Shinko, and they bought out the company. They wanted their lead designer, Mr. Tanaka. He was the genius. So the next ones that we see coming in, early 66, have that, you know, leftover sort of Shinko pickup there. These rounded pickups. And Shinko was using them on their guitars. You know what I'm saying, man? People. That's where those pickups come from. Well, moving on along. This is a Shinko guitar right here. Just so you know what I mean, get a good idea. Now, Mr. Tanaka designed these pickups, man. These picks were plastic, and they had these square pole pieces right over, you know, under the strings. And they were really easy to make. They sounded really good. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the big pluses for Kawai. They're like, oh, this is better than what we had. Sounds better. It's cheaper to make. Easier to make. So you start seeing these, you know what I mean, square. I'll zoom in so you can take a look. This is a late model Shinko guitar. Now, Shinko actually did a little bit of work directly for Maurice Labaz right before the merger, the acquisition was completed. They made the Labaz Bison, through, I guess, their Kawai contacts. But, within a couple weeks, they were absorbed into the Kawai machine, people. Into the Kawai machine. So you start seeing pickups very similar to this. Coming in like late 66. Now, this particular guitar was one of the first models. This is one of the first Telstar catalogs. You can see they're still using the Telstar logo that was designed pretty much by Tiesco. This was even on their building. You know what I'm saying? And this is the 300, which we're the parts that we got. You know what I mean? Now you can see here. Let me zoom in, man. On this is the first like serious catalog. Came out like early 67. This catalog. You see, this says the 300 model. And they always in their catalog advertise this gold sparkle one, man. The gold model. You know what I'm saying? Very hard to find. I've never seen the gold model in person. I saw one picture of it on the internet ever. You know what I'm saying, man? And you see here, it says colored in gold, blue, white, and mahogany sunburst. Now, the mahogany sunburst, that's the most common one. That's what we got. The gold's always in the catalog. I've never seen a blue. I've never seen a white. Not one time in my life. And I look at guitar all day long. All day long. And you can see that these are actually prototypes. You know what I mean? They sent up in the catalog for like 67. See, it's got these weird sort of, you know what I mean, logos that were never used ever. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that they're starting to use those Shinko, Gaki headstocks on a lot of their guitars. And they were just using a straight Fender copy, headstock previous to that. So they did like a sort of like, you know what I mean? Like they put in the catalog, because it really varied. I mean, sometimes you order like a Tele-Star 300 and it come with this, or it come with this. I mean, ours has one of these. You know what I'm saying? But it's already got these Shinko Gaki, you know what I mean, square, square pole piece pickups. You know what I'm saying? And they're already using a better tremolo than the original sort of, tremolo that they had. Now this model lasted to the end. That was the first Telstar catalog. This is the last Telstar catalog from like the mid to late 70s. There it is, the 300 model. Still advertising the gold one. They're all about the gold, man. They're all about the gold, man. And this is the only gold one I've ever actually seen, man. And this is on the internet. I saved this picture, about a year ago. You know what I'm saying? It's gold, man. Unless somebody painted it. You know what I'm saying? That's the 300 model in gold. It's an early one because it's got that gold foil-esque pickup. Where the Bond people. Now this is the big guitar that's really, really, really collectible, man. The big Telstar, the sparkle ones, man. These are the ones worth a fortune. You know what I'm saying? They're already using the Hound Dog Taylor style body on there. A Jack Westheimer. And we'll get into him in a later episode. You know what I mean? But these are the ones that you want to keep your eye on. If you ever see one of these, man, snap it up. It's worth a fortune, man. Not a fortune. And they got this beautiful gold sparkle, bluish, beautiful thing. That's a gorgeous, gorgeous guitar, people. Gorgeous, gorgeous guitar, man. Class dismissed. Let's get this guy assembled and check her out. Yes. So now that we know our history, let's take a look at this body here. I got it plugged into the amp. Do a little tap test. Definitely works. See that? It's acting as a tone knob. Tone knob is not doing anything. He's right. Any change at all. Yeah, so that's a short. That's definitely short. So let's get this guy unscrewed and take a look at his undercarriage, shall we? Folks, we're unscrewed. Pop those knobs off. Be careful of those knobs, man. Those knobs are worth like half the value of the guitar in parts. This guitar is worth like $400 in parts, man. $100 assembled, man. Isn't that weird? It's a trip, man. Anyway, so we take those off. We don't want them to get damaged or melted because, you know what I mean? Got the soldering iron all hot in case we see any problems. Screws out. I just want to tell you folks, anybody's restoring one of these old 60s Japanese guitars, looking for these. This is like number 2 overhead screws. Not an easy like screw to source. Home Depot, folks. $1.18. If they don't have it, they'll ship it to you, man. It really looks like the same screw. Now, I'm not missing any screws. Luckily, I just wanted to sort of give you a little helpful horse moment there. You know what I'm saying, man? It's almost identical. Just wanted to show you that, man. A little helpful hint buried in the video, man. But I got all my screws, man. That was just, you know, a bonus mouth extra. So let's open this guy up, man. Let's crack it open together. I kind of think it's just a loose, you know what I mean? Something got unsoldered or something like that, man. Came loose. They've made these guitars so many of them so quickly. Looks good. Oh, I left my mark. Let's take a look here. Here it is right here. This is it. This isn't... Look at that. That's manufacturing defect, man. Didn't even solder to the ground here. I guarantee you that's the problem. I know it's the problem. Look at that, man. That's your fault, man. Inspector number 43. You son of a bitch. I'm gonna fucking find you in the Kawai directory, bruh. Do your job, man. See that? He just touched it there. And now it's not connected. Let's solder that guy back up and screw him up. I guarantee you that's it, man. I know the volume and tone me working. I'll see you on the flip switch. Peace. Alright. Let's see here, man, if Bhabhi G knows what he's talking about. Volume's all the way down. Oh, yes. Let's see about that toner. Tone's never been used before, man. Oh, yes. Look at that, man. I feel bad for this guy, man. This whole time going through this guitar thing, and you know what I mean? That he doesn't know what it doesn't even have tone or volume on his guitar. He's just got a weird knob that buzzes, man. Shame on you, number 43. You bring shame to the Kawai name. It's got a 100K B pot here and a 500K B, two B pots on the tone. Just for your notes, people. Let's work on the neck. Here it is, folks. So we're down on the neck. Let's not talk about the cosmetic stuff. Yeah, let's talk about the functionality stuff. Got an ever slight forward bow. You know what I mean? So it's got one of these weird sort of hole truss rods. You know what I mean? Don't be intimidated. This is a lot easier than it looks, man. You just stick a little metal rod in there, man, and you can turn it into what you want, man. So we're gonna straighten this guy up. Straight in there. And then we're going to even out them frets. And once we get the functionality, we'll turn back around for the cosmetic action. So I'll see you once this guy is all straightened and leveled. Peeps. Peace. Alright, so we got the neck straight as an arrow. Got the frets all nice and smooth. Nice and low, man. Put a lot of rosewood in there. Some steel wool. Ate it right up. You know what I mean? Neck hasn't been cared for, man. So now the tape, man. This is a part I've really been dreading. I've been dreading this since I purchased these parts, man. I don't know, man. This tape looks so harmless, but I had to, you know what I mean? Like the tape transfer trick, man. I had a very similar thing, and I just took up all that paint, man. This tape's been on there for 30 years, man. That tape transfer trick works in like 30 seconds, man. I'm going to go for it, man. I'm going to try to ease that tape off there. And I'll come back to you on the flip switch. Well, I got the tape off, but it looks like someone had put like glue on there. It's probably this part was sticking up at one point. And they probably put some glue on there and tape on it. You know what I mean? Probably it was like, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully just put some water on here and see, you know what I mean? That's like Elmer's glue or something like that. Cause, you know what I mean? I'm thinking it might be Elmer's glue, but if it's like crazy glue, it's not going anywhere, man. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal, man. It'll probably polish up without seeing much of nothing there. Let's just see if we can, if that is like glue, if we can get some of that off of there. Let's see here. It's actually a lot better here with the camera. It's like, you know, the camera's eye's better than mine, man. You know what I'm saying? Alright, folks. Nothing to see here, folks. I'll come right back at you when this is cleaned up. Hey, man, I want to thank the previous owner of this guitar. Turned out to be Elmer's glue. You know what I mean? Came right off. X-Acto knife and some spit. Lucked out, man. No scratches or nothing. See that? Sometimes the part you dread the most is no big deal. No reason to be sitting in the parts all that time, man. You're all afraid for nothing. So, yeah, man. Spit will take off Elmer's glue. Just a little hint there, people. So let's take a look at the back of this old headstocker. Let me see a truss rod notification label peeling off. We're going to want to fix that. Let me see this smudge here. Now, I've seen this smudge on pretty much every Tele-Search guitar I've come across, man. Does this so happen that somebody, like, you know what I mean, wipe their nose on every one of their guitars? I don't know, man. I do know, actually. And I think that some clues can be yielded from no further than my humble curio shelf. So now I spraying smudge mark on back of Kawai guitar using clues from objects on curio shelf. Now Japan was like the first Asian market in the early 20th century to be like blown open by Western consumerism, man. There was no plastics yet, you know what I mean? We still needed Dollar Tree-ish knickknacks, right? So they started making these ceramic stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It says little ashtray here. Pulled out this cigarette in the horse's ass. Little, you know, not nonsense stuff. This is from about 1920. Remember I told you in History of Guitars that, you know, we started making all the countries label, you know what I mean? You know, who was what. You know what I mean? So this is a label. You see this label? Dates from around, let me see if I zoom in there, man. That's from 1920, that label right there. Cool beer hall, man. So, you know, after Pearl Harbor, wasn't that cool in school, man, to have Japanese goods around, you know what I mean? So, after the war, of course, you know, they had to do something. Couldn't make bombers no more. So they started doing what they did before that. And see that? This is, it says, made in occupied Japan. You know what I mean? People wanted to know, you know what I mean, who was the boss. You know, they don't want to be buying, you know what I mean, stuff that was just made in preoccupied Japan. Nobody wants to be preoccupied, you know what I'm saying? But there's still some of a weird stigma to that, man. People didn't want to, you know what I mean? That's just uncomfortable with it. So, in the late 40s, we started seeing this on the bottom of, you know, these little ceramic goods. A little foil label that could easily be scratched off and removed, man. You know what I'm saying? So people didn't have to go through the shame of having a Japanese product. And that, you know, extended from, you know what I mean, throughout the 40s and 50s, ceramics into like guitars. You know, around about 1960, Japan was like where China was in 1990, you know what I mean, making guitars. You know what I'm saying? By 1980, Japan was good. By now, China's good. So this is a guitar. It's actually from Korea, but you can see the kind of label. This is like a 1980s kind of font on there. I got some pictures up here of what the actual font looked like on the old Telstar. This one, ooh, look, he's got an adjustable truss rod. He must be special, man. Let's take a look at some of these pictures here. I want to take a good look, man. Now, see that? That's what the sticker was, people. You know what I mean? That's the mystery smudge, man. And you can see, now they actually make, you know what I mean, reproductions of these stickers. You know what I mean? Because there's so many of these guitars, everybody ripped them off. These are very few pictures I can find that still have it intact. They all got ripped off, man. Nobody wanted, you know, cheap Japanese guitar, man. See this? I want to show you something here on this Telstar Kawai. My pointer stick from my Janini. Look at the top of that J. It's got that, see that little line on the top of that J? All the like reproductions do not have that line, man. So we have to, you know what I mean, improvise, man. I made a whole bunch of these up. I figured I was going to do that tape transfer trick on some piece of gold something. I found this at the Dollar Tree. Those big wall stickers for kids. I'm going to put this on my wall, man, after I'm done with this project. It's got the nice silver, you know what I mean? It's already a sticker, right? Metallic, not bad. Let me see if I can print right on there, man. You know what I'm saying? See if I can do it, man. So I'm gonna cut this out, run it through the printer, and maybe we'll, you know, spray some lacquer. I got some coral lacquer here, or some old clear, over to protect it if it does work. Cross your fingers. Peace. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous job. Look, I got at least 5 good labels out of that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to cut half of them out. You know what I mean? And I'm going to hit them up with some lacquer. I'm only going to do half of them, just in case the lacquer fucks it up. And then I'll just, you know what I mean, use the other ones if it does. So I'm going to go outside, hit up with lacquer. And I'll come back to you and give you the report. Okay, Tojo, what's the door? Oh, yes. Yes. Look at that. It's great. That lacquer on there, man, makes it nice and sheeny. Got it drying down here on a nice piece of wax papered. You know what I'm saying? Let it dry totally for a day or two. And then get a real nice pair of like Fisker scissors. Or a paper cutter if you're so inclined. You know what I mean? You don't have to go out to the Dollar Tree, you know what I mean, to get like a shiny gold metallic, you know what I mean, sticker. You just look around the house. I mean, gold print is very, you know what I mean, eye-catching. It's popular. I found this old Glidden paint label that I did some test runs on, you know what I mean, and they actually came out good. Not adhesive, it's a little bit darker than the ones that were used by Kawai, but I mean, it's still good. I mean, it would definitely go on some guitars, you know, looking perfect. You know what I'm saying? Still dope aesthetic, but this one's already got the sticky on the back of it, man. So, you know what I mean, smudge mark has been resolved, alright? So it's just how we do, how we do. Ooh. Ooh. Peace be with you. Let those labels dry like 2 or 3 days, you know, at least. It takes lacquer like 3-4 days to kind of cure out. You know what I mean? We don't want to cut them up until they're ready to go. So it brings us back to this old smudgy and this old ripped up label. So we don't want to fix this ripped up label. So we're not going to put it like a nice, you know what I mean, one label, and one label's all falling off like a fucking jerk off. You know what I'm saying, man? So we're going to clean this off and we're going to fix this guy. We're going to put him down pat. The way we're going to do this is going to be like a nod to, like, you know, what our original owner did on this guy over here. We're just going to put some, you know what I mean, probably some wood glue, Elmer's wood glue, type on something, maybe even just Elmer's itself. And then put like a piece of, like, you know, plexiglass or something on there, some, like, you know what I mean, wax paper in between it, so we can make sure it's, you know, totally flat, and just sort of clamp it for a day or two. So I'll come back right when that's all clamped and I'll show you what I mean. First. So see, we got the wax paper, wax side to the sticker, a little tiny piece of plexiglass, you know what I mean, behind it. You know what I mean? We coated it with some old tat band. We wiped off all the stuff from around it going this way, so the label kind of protected the glue underneath the label, you know what I mean? We cleaned up all the glue around it, slid this on, you know what I mean, going this way because the labels are peeled this way, you know what I mean, and now we got it clamped down. So we're going to let that, you know, rest overnight. We're going to go upstairs, probably make myself a sandwich maybe, wash my hands, take a shower, you know, maybe read a book or something like that. Oh, wait a minute, you don't need to care about this stuff, man. You don't care about my skills. You don't care about me, man. See you tomorrow, man. Alright, so we gave it a couple days actually. Took the clamp off. The label looks a lot better than it did, right? But the guitar, you know what I mean, the neck is still real dirty, man. There's all kinds of like weird substances all over it from being treated so well over these 50 years. So let's clean this guy up. Let's just take some, you know, wood cleaner, furniture polish, whatever. Clean it up, and then we'll be right back and put that sticker on. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That would fool Maurice LaBaz, man. That shit was great. So now it's time to get this guy assembled, man. We're done with all of our little fixer-uppers. Let's get it waxed up, right? And I'll see you on the flip once we got it all assembled. Yes, let's put these away and let them just chill to the next episode. Alright, people, real quick while we're putting this guy together. This is what they call a Tiesco style bridge. It was used on a lot of Japanese guitars. You know, Tiesco and Kawai. guitars particularly, but a lot of other ones use it too. You know what I mean? They make reproductions were pretty good. You know what I mean? They're readily available on eBay, looks wise. Here's one right here. This is a reproduction. Now, at quick glance, I mean, they look very similar. They look close, but you'll see that the saddle, like shaking here, man. The saddle from the one from the original one, the 60s models, it's like a nice cast piece of metal. You know what I mean? Thick, solid metal. You know what I'm saying? And the saddle on like the new cheapy ones, just stamped garbage, man. It's real lightweight too. Weighs like nothing. It's like a piece of plastic. You know what I'm saying? The bases look pretty much the same though. Flywheels are a little bit cheesier. A little smaller too, I think. Other than that, man. Alright, so let's get it strung up. I just wanted to give you a little helpful horrors moment there. About the Repro Tiesco style bridges. Lloyd Bridges. Jeff Bridges. Bridges to Babylon. Cleans up pretty nice now, doesn't he? Look at that, man. See, here it is, man. You know what I'm saying, folks? A great pile of parts, man. And it went from being like just, you know, a pile of parts to actually an excellent condition example of a one pickup Kawai Telstar 300, man. Look at that, man. So you can see that this is like an offset body, which really is nice, comfortable body. These Shinko Gaki pickups, you know what I mean? One size fits all. They're kind of awkwardly in that, you know what I mean? It doesn't really line up. That's why they started putting all these notches, you know what I mean? Put string wherever you want. So it's over the thing or not over the thing. This is kind of good because it doesn't really pick up those. It doesn't sound like a bridge pickup, you know what I mean? It's more of like a rhythm player's guitar, you know, like a neck pickup kind of sound. You know what I'm saying? It's got that dense sort of, you know what I mean? Which is cool in the beans, man. You know what I mean? It's an excellent guitar, man. Can't really give you too much more information because, you know what I mean? I can't tell you more because I told you already. And here we are waving Tele-Star goodbye now. The Tele-Star company limped along until like the late 70s. On Valentine's Day 1978, I believe it was. The factory just burned the fuck down, man. Burned down, man. And instead of, you know what I mean? Instead of going back into his little guitar thing, he decided to just focus on like drum accessories. You know what I mean? So like the late 70s was the last time you know see any kind of Telstar guitars being sold. And I think the early 80s, I think Gretsch bought them actually. Gretsch bought out the drum accessory business. So that's that, man. So in honor of Mother's Day, man, let's see this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's plug her in and hear it. Noise we can make. Wash our hands. Peace be with you. So there it is, folks. A 60-year-old guitar, entry level, designed for the entry level guitarist. I don't need a whole lots of money. I don't need a big fine car. I got everything that a man could want. I got more than I can ask for. I don't need to run around. I don't need to stay out all night. I got a sweet, sweet love woman, and she knows just that hold me tight. My baby, she's alright. My baby, she's clean out of sight. Don't you know that she's some kind of wonderful. She's some kind of wonderful. She's some kind of wonderful. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. I love to hear the thunder, watch the lightning as it lights up that sky. You know, it makes me feel good. Showers wash all my cares away. I wake up to a sunny day, and I love a rainy night. And I love a rainy night, can't you see it in my eyes? And I love a rainy night, cause it makes me high. And I love a rainy night, and I love you too. And I love a rainy night. Here it is, folks. Telstar 300, made by Kawai, from my man Maurice Lobos. Peace in the East. Wash your hands, people. Gonna shave off the beard, man. It's Mother's Day.